Greetings everybody, John here with WikiGameGuides, and today for you I have this little video called Should I Play Skyforge? And this is like a Skyforge overview and review of the game. And simply put, yes, you should be playing this game on the PC. It's a fantastically fun game. I've been completely blown away by it. I've only been playing for less than a week and I'm just completely hooked. It's a free-to-play MMO on the PC and it's currently in open beta. And when I say free to play, the first question people ask is always, is it pay to win? And no, this game is not pay to win. It is pay to level up faster, and I'll get more, like, in the rest of this video I'll be going over the different classes, and right now I'm playing as the gunner, showing more gunner gameplay, the leveling system, how equipment and the markets and mounts and the world map and all that kind of stuff work. And in other videos, I'll be going over the pantheons and the currencies and all that kind of stuff, just because this game is actually very complicated. Or, complicated may not be putting it right. It's a very deep game. Anyway, so right now I'm playing as the gunner class. There are 3 different modes for the basic attack for the gunner. Right now, left click is just like this machine gun where I can just blast people. Right click is kind of like a spray and pray that does damage to everybody kind of in front of me in a cone. And as you can see in the bottom, I'm building up heat on this machine gun. And when you hit 300, your rate of fire gets a lot slower. And what you're supposed to do is, what I'll do right now, is switch to the laser mode of this gun just by tapping 1. And what that does is, if I can find an enemy to kill, instead of building up heat, you are spending the heat. Oh, this guy just killed all those guys instantly. Alright, so it does just naturally go down over time on its own, the heat, but you can just switch weapons, or just by tapping 1, and spend that heat so that the gun has like completely different functions. There is also a mortar mode for this gun, which I will show you in just a second here. So if you hold 1, you get in kind of a siege tank mode where you can't move, and then left click, now these are all skills that I unlocked after playing quite a bit. Left click does just like a single mortar, and then right click does a homing mortar that attacks like everybody that's within range at once. And the mortars just regenerate slowly over time, so you can't just be firing them for days on end, because they are the strongest ability, of the strongest attack of the 3 different modes. I mean, there are some good combos that can be unlocked with the other guns, but like the mortar is just pretty much overall the strongest of the 3 different types. And I have a separate video that shows off all the different classes and kind of goes into detail about shows off all the different modes for all the different classes, so check that out, links in the description. Oh, and if you want to play this game, or if you want to download this game, be sure to click the link in the description and go download this game, because it gives me a little bit of affiliate help. Anyway, and the devs announced that they will not be wiping characters when transitioning to the full release for this game. Whoops. So, if you think this game looks good, but you don't want to get into it because, oh, it's a beta and they're just going to wipe all these characters and all my time spent on this game is going to be wasted, that's not the case. They are actually going to be keeping all the characters and leveling up and stuff like that when the full game is released. So I just completed another side objective. Let's do that. The servers have been kind of laggy today. They just released a new update, and I have not had any lag problems at all. It is a beta, and I'm saying that again because there are some weird issues with this game. Like, the chat doesn't work always consistently, which I'm hoping they'll improve over time. But so many games, especially on consoles right now, come out and say, oh, this is the Halo 5 beta, and it feels like a finished product, and it doesn't really feel like a beta, it feels like more like a demo. This game is genuinely a beta, which makes me feel like I can trust them as developers a little bit more almost. Uh-oh. Let's see if I can get credit for killing these guys. So, one of the nice things about this game, compared to other MMOs, is that, so these guys are not my group. These are other people, humans running around playing the game. And I do not have to initiate the attack on these enemies to get credit for killing them. So, unlike, I didn't play a ton of WoW, but I do remember having this freaking problem just in the tutorial area even, like, where I would be running around and there was a special enemy I had to kill, and then there'd be 10 people waiting to kill the enemy, but only the person who initiated the combat would actually get credit for getting that kill, which kind of sucked because there'd just be a huge line of people waiting there, and then only the first person to actually get the attack off would get credit. So these are little tuta leaves, I believe they're called, and if you collect enough of them, you can get a consumable that's supposed to be pretty good. Anyway, so let's take a look at the map. So this is one of the open world areas. There are much more, like where these open world areas are more solo oriented. They're balanced so that you can run around and do it on your own, but obviously like group up with other people if you want. There are more linear missions with like side objectives that are designed for groups. And the group matchmaking system in this game is fantastic. It's extremely fast. I've had no problems finding a match like super fast in this game. Okay, so now that I've kind of explained and shown a little bit of the combat, I'm going to show some of the really compelling features of this game that make me think that this game is... Whoa, there's like 5 bees there. Let's kill them. Winged patroller. Oh man, I just wiped them quick. That was awesome. Let's take a look at the leveling system, which is one of the really compelling features of this game. The leveling and the class system. So this is the sphere grid, essentially. It's called the Ascension Atlas for the gunner class. So what you're supposed to do, like you start over here and then you just kind of make your way, you know, orb by orb. You spend these couple different currencies getting all the way over here, and then eventually, and then whether you start with the gunner class or any of the other default classes, you'll eventually get to this point right here where it says path of the berserker or path of the cryomancer or path of whatever, and this is when you start earning a new currency, and you also branch off into the bigger Ascension Atlas. And so the way this works is, so right now I'm earning a currency called Sparks of Progress that are specifically for using the gunner. Oh god, I'm getting attacked. Oh, there's bees everywhere. Let's kill them really quick. Oh, that guy just helped me out. Thanks, buddy. So anyway, let's go back. So now I'm at kind of a fork in the road. I can go to the right, and in the middle of every circle is a new ability or a special talent or something like that. So I can decide to go to the right here and get this talent, Chip of Self-Destruction. 3 seconds after the gunner's death, their weapon's ammo explodes and inflicts significant damage to all enemies in a 16-yard radius. I don't plan on dying very often, so I'm not going to go out of my way to get that one. I would much rather go for this new mortar shell ability up here, the Orbital Strike. Now obviously I can go this way and get these other bonuses like extra maximum health and max health and bonus damage and stuff like that, but for right now I want to go straight for this Orbital Strike, so I'm just going to double click that. Okay, so there it goes. It's been a little bit laggy today on the servers, so things are a little bit delayed. Anyway, so when I leveled that up, you saw that down here, I increased points for my prestige. Prestige is basically your overall level in the game. So instead of getting to level, like a max level cap, like you would in WoW, like level 70 or something like that, this is just like a running total of your total of all your stats and abilities. So, so this is my gunner tree, basically. If you go to the Ascension Atlas, when you zoom out even further, this is like in another complete sphere grid. So where I am right here is, so these are the 3 default classes: Cryomancer, Paladin, and Lightbinder. And when you get to that branching out point, the path of the Lightbinder, whatever, you can then zoom out and start making your way to unlock other classes. So like the Archer is down here. I'm trying to get the Kinetic class or the Archer. I haven't completely decided yet. I probably should decide soon. And when you zoom in, it's kind of a similar thing. Like in the middle of every single one is a new talent or you know, some other major upgrade or a new skill or something like that. And so it's just like an absolutely fucking massive game. Now here's where it gets really cool. So I have enough of these green sparks of creation to level up this next orb or this next thing, and then I also have enough to get this next bonus might as well to increase my base damage. Okay, so now I have these 2 extra nodes filled out, and here's where the game gets really fucking compelling, and I think that this makes me think that this game has such insanely long legs that I could be playing this extensively for a very long time. So those 2 stat upgrades are not just for my gunner, they are for every single class that I have unlocked. So your character unlocked those stats, and you can switch between classes at any time. So let's do that right now. So I've been playing the gunner, so I have the best weapons for the gunner. But if you go to this character tab, I can switch to any of these other classes right now. Now, because I haven't unlocked a ton of the character, or I haven't used these classes very much, I don't have a lot of the new abilities unlocked, so they will be a little bit weaker. But if I want to change class to the Cryomancer, I can just do that right now, and I'm not a gunner anymore. I still have very high stats, base stats, but I don't have all the new abilities unlocked. So now I'm a Cryomancer, and let's find someone to kill to show off the new abilities. So I'm actually kind of weak with this class, but I do have some of the other charge-up abilities. Oh boy, maybe I got this guy helping me out. Thank you, Jeebus. And actually, I'm not too familiar with how the Cryomancer works. So thank you, this guy, for helping me out. Alright, so now I just leveled up a little bit with the Cryomancer. And so you can instantly switch between any of these classes at any time. So you can go to the Berserker, the Paladin, so you're never in this situation where, like in so many MMOs, you're like, oh, we've got this team of 3 DPSs and 1 tank, but we don't have a healer. Well, somebody else can switch to be a healer at any single time. But in this class isn't as DPS, tank, healer structured as a lot of other MMOs are. It's much more, everybody does damage, and then the support class can do buffs, and the defense class can tank a little bit, but every class will eventually have some buff abilities, and I think every class will have some buff abilities, but it's not like, it's just like, I've played some MMOs where I get 80 hours in and I realize I fucking hate this class. This is the most underpowered class, but I'm stuck playing this class. I don't want to start over. This game doesn't suffer from that, which is just fascinatingly well designed in my opinion. So let's take a look at the inventory system. So this is the equipment for my gunner. I haven't unlocked the trophy stuff yet. I haven't unlocked the amulet stuff yet, but I have some new higher level rings. The trophies and the amulets and the rings and the consumables, they all transfer between your different classes. The only thing that doesn't change, or that does change, is the main weapon and the kind of additional weapon, which is kind of like a buff, I guess, for your class. So let's put on some better rings. 76. And this one is also going to be, well, that's the highest one. Okay, good enough for me. So, and now these, you can also upgrade these weapon boosters, which do transfer between the different classes. So I'm a level 3 weapon booster, or I have rank 3 maxed out for all of the classes that I have done. After I get earn some more of these particles of mastery, I can go up to the next rank for the weapon booster and spend some of the credits to make my weapons do more damage. So I need to save up a little bit for that. But like I was shown before, when you switch between the gunner and the Cryomancer or any of the other classes, I'm rank 3 and I have the same rings. So it's not like, it's not like so many other MMOs where you just you're stuck playing this one class forever. It's kind of fascinating that way. So you can, but you do have to get new weapons for all, in the additional weapon for all the different classes that you have, and you can find those while playing as any class, really. It's kind of like I was saying before, it's a little bit laggy right now, so switching some of the stuff has been going a little slow. I haven't had any problems with lag until today, actually, until I decided to make this video. Of course, they just put out a new pretty big patch that changed a lot of stuff. So style room, you can change different outfits and stuff like that at any time. You can, there is a way to change how your character looks at any time. Currency I will go over in another video because this is actually pretty complicated. Progress is just like a nice overall progress meter showing you, I have a long freaking ways to go in this game, so I'm only a quarter of the way through unlocking all of the nodes for the gunner class, and 1.4% of unlocking all the nodes in the full Ascension Atlas. And I've been putting a lot of time into this game. I haven't been able to find a way to see how much total time I've spent on this game, but that would actually, I would like to know. see like percent completed per hour kind of thing. There's also a nice like a pantheon is basically like a guild or a clan. It's actually quite deep, and I'll have a separate video going over how that works. But if you would like to join the WikiGameGuides pantheon, just post your username in the comments on this video, and I will send you an invite as soon as I can. And then also I wanted to go over the market system and kind of explain how this game... Oh, actually, no, let's take a look at the... this I did not go over yet. So I have these lower level rings that aren't really worth anything right now. So you can right click and either equip or disassemble, and that gives you, when you disassemble, it gives you some of these enhancement stones, which are what you use to level up your overall gunner level. Or not your gunner level, your oh Christ. There's so many different names. I'm still learning them all. Bear with me. Oops. The weapon booster or the other boosters. So let's take a look at the market. So items that you get that you don't want, like these valuables, are items that you get that are purely to be sold. You can sell them for these credits. The only thing you can spend money on in this game are these diamonds here, which are called argents. Now, these diamonds you use to either buy the premium, which lets you reach, which basically gives you a 50% boost to almost all the stuff that you earn. But you can earn the diamonds without spending real money. So as far as I can tell, everything in this game can be earned through playtime, kind of like League of Legends that way. So there's this currency exchange thing where these in-game credits that you can earn doing all sorts of different ways, you can trade them for the diamonds at a fixed currency rate. So, you know, they could change this conversion rate over time or have like weekend sales and saying like, oh, you know, so like the way that this is designed is it looks like there could be like a very flexible market system, but right now I have a ton of these argents because the developer hooked me up with a bunch of founders packs, and I have a couple more founders packs to give away that I'll be giving away during the next couple live streams. Anyway, so you can also buy all sorts of different items and costumes, and like some of these are just like fixed prices. Rare items are I know I've seen different prices for some of these things, and they're like they'll have like fluctuating prices and stuff like that. Set of sparks of transformation, Gravicycle license. Oh yeah, I was gonna go over the mounts as well. Okay, so you also have this order system, which I'll go over in much more detail in a later video, but this is a system that kind of reminds me a lot of, and WoW may have had this, I don't know. I didn't get too much into WoW, but Star Wars The Old Republic, you would have these, you'd have these droids that you would send out on missions to complete for you, and then you would get resources and stuff like that. So I think all my people are out on missions right now. Yeah, they are. So, whoops. So you can... all my guys are out on missions, like earning me currencies and stuff like that, to help, you know, level up faster, or to do other missions, or to help build the Pantheon faster, or things like that. But it's just kind of like a time management thing, and similar to how, like, I hate to compare it to Farmville, but it's kind of how it is. You send these guys on a mission for an hour and a half. Certain people will have certain benefits that make them do it faster, or in like, someone also compared it to Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, which I think is a much better comparison, because who the fuck wants to be compared to Farmville, where you send out agents for you to go do these missions, and they bring stuff back for you, and they level up, and they have their own independent stuff. And quite frankly, I don't completely understand how the system completely works, because I just unlocked it and I have a lot to learn. There is an interesting mount system. So by default, I have this glider Stormbringer, and it's, let's see here. So if I choose this horn shoot, oh yeah, this one was kind of glitchy looking. this is the one that I have equipped right now. You just hit J to use it at any time, and it expires in an hour and a half. And this infinity % thing, I don't know what the deal with that is, but I believe the way this system is going to work is I also have this temporary license for the Gravicycle, and after I use it for 41 more minutes, I then can level up to earn a permanent license. So if you want to get new mounts and stuff like that, you have to actually kind of pay for them with the in-game currency, which I think we saw for a second on the market here. So yeah, you can buy these Gravicycle licenses, and there's the Chocobo mount too that I haven't been able to figure out how to get, which I really freaking want this Chocobo looking mount. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to go over on this video. I've showed off some gameplay. Check out, if you want to see what the other classes play like, there's a video linked in the description that has gameplay of every other class. If you want to ask more questions, be sure to check out some of the streams. I've been streaming this game like fucking crazy. It's so much fun. I'm consistently one of the top streamers of this game, so be sure to come by and check it out. And if you are playing the game and you want to join the Pantheon, be sure to post your gamer tag or your in-game name in the comments, and I will send you an invite right away. And thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more Skyforge updates if you're not already a subscriber to the channel, and game on.